And welcome back to the KSTUAA Cossa Challenge Selection Show, where we provide you insights and analysis on the field of 32, vying to become the champion of this year's Cossa Challenge. And providing you, the Kappa Sigs, who will be filling in brackets, the insights that you need in order to improve your chances of winning the Split the Pot championship in our fundraising. We're going to begin this episode with the South bracket and the 1 and 8 seed, featuring the Redskins and standout player Luke Meisner from 2011, a 5'11" forward with a free throw percentage of 78%, going against Hatchet Molly of South Carolina and the star of its team, Brad Mikes from 1982, a 6'1" forward and a 20% free throw shooter. These teams may look a little bit uneven, but we expect Hatchet Molly will give the Redskins a run for their money. But ultimately, we're expecting that the Redskins will prevail and Hatchet Molly will fall. In the 4 versus 5 matchup, we see the Bricks of Madison County at number 4 playing Cossa, a 23-8 team from Brentwood, Tennessee. Cossa is led by their standout player Larry Rosinski from 1986, a 6' forward and a 71% free throw shooter. Bricks of Madison County is led by Brad Stortz from 1989. He's got a 1 inch over Larry, but his free throw percentage is a little bit lower. Brad is known for being able to play outside on the farm, and with Larry, he's known for his general effort. Ultimately, we expect Brad will prevail over Cossa in this particular matchup. Looking at the 3 to 6 seed matchup, it features the 2 oldest players and teams in this year's competition. The longest tree is headed by none other than Alan Higgins, a 1967 founder of the Theta Upsilon chapter of Miami, a 6'4" forward and 67% free throw shooter, who actually played for the Redskins back in his college days and who has access to an inside court. He'll be facing off against Schwarzbier from Canton, Georgia. And their star player is Craig Sticknote from 1972, 6'2" forward with an 80% free throw percentage. These two are fairly evenly matched, trading off a couple of inches and percentage points in terms of their shot percentage, and a little bit, just a couple of years in age. Ultimately, we're giving our nod to Craig and the Schwarzbier as having the edge over the longest tree in the first round. And finally, in the South, the 7 and 2 matchup, one of the more interesting, dramatic, and probably contentious games, featuring the number 7 2020 champ UD Flyers, led by none other than standout player Billy Behringer from 1989, who will be facing off against a team named after his illegitimate children, led by Brian Liederbach from 1988. Brian's got 1 inch on Bill, but his free throw percentage is double the 7 seed. So ultimately, you would expect Brian to win this one. We, however, aren't so sure and have actually are predicting that Bill will prevail over Brian believing that Brian might be just more bluff and that Billy's home court advantage in Florida will give him an edge in the South. So that is the Southern Division. From this, we expect the Redskins probably to go the furthest and get into the Final Four. We'll see how well Cossa or the Bricks of Madison County fare, but ultimately we think this one may belong to the Redskins. So we'll take another commercial break, and when we come back, we'll do our final division, the Midwest.